I just got done reading an article in the Washington Post about Cuba Skate, which is a non-profit skateboarding organization, charity organization, whatever, run by Miles Jackson, I think his name is. And I checked out their Instagram, and there's actually some pretty cool skate spots in Cuba. But the gist of the nonprofit organization is that basically since 2010, he's been taking flights up to Toronto with dozens of skateboards at a time, and then flying down to Cuba and just giving the boards to these kids to promote skateboarding in Cuba, which is really cool. But the reason he's doing this, in case you didn't know, is because we've had a trade embargo on Cuba since the 1960s, because Fidel Castro's a bad man or whatever. But I'm not going to get into the politics of it. I want to talk about the skateboarding of it, because that's what really interests me. Miles seems to be a pretty good dude. Miles. Yeah, why do I keep forgetting his name? Miles seems to be a really good dude anyways, and one of the things that he's doing now, or working on doing now, is rebuilding the skate park down there, because apparently they have one and it's in a low-lying area, and if you know anything about low-lying areas, they collect water, and islands tend to be surrounded by water, as that's how islands work, and when salt water and metal mix, they create rust. So their skate park is just, I'm sure, deteriorating, corroding, and falling apart. So the dude's been bringing skateboarding to Cuba, which kind of loosens the tensions between America and Cuba, and we're working on lifting that trade embargo now, by the way, in case you didn't know. So that makes traveling down there a lot easier, and it's a really cool thing that he's doing, and I'm really interested in seeing where it's going to go, because I want to see what kind of skateboarding comes out of Cuba. They've been, limping along these 1950s cars for years, just cobbling them together with what they've got access to, and that's really cool in itself. So I'm sure it's been a struggle to keep skateboards together down there, because if you skate hard, you're gonna break boards, and if you only have access to a finite, limited number of boards, then it's really difficult to have the confidence to skate, knowing that if you go too big, you're going to break your board, and then you're not going to have one to skate. So it's interesting that now it's going to be a little bit easier for them to get boards, and I'm just curious to see where it takes this. And I'm going to post links to the article in the description. You can follow their Instagram, which is Cuba Skate. I think it was just Cuba Skate. You'll find it if you search Cuba Skate on Instagram, and I'll post a link to it in the description as well. I'm going to post as many links as I possibly can, and I'm going to try to get in touch with Miles Jackson if I can, because I really dig what you're doing, man, and I want you to know that I really dig what you're doing. And you guys should leave comments supporting him, telling him that he's doing an excellent job, and yeah, go check that stuff out, because it's cool, man. It's history, it's skateboarding, it's everything. It's politics. It's a lot of fun stuff all in one place. And maybe you don't care about the politics of it, but the skateboarding is definitely worth going and checking out, so do that.